All right, everybody. So welcome to game 2, Tricksy versus Gfinny. What a sick game the first game was. Pretty epic. Usually don't see a base trade situation like that, particularly between Protoss and Terran. So not quite sure. Don't have enough time to talk about that game as much as I want to, but really great stuff by both players. Tricksy was able to edge out Gfinny in that game. Not sure how Gfinny is going to react in this game. Might be on a little bit of tilt after losing such a close game. I mentioned it in the last cast, the problem being that at least when I lost one time in that fashion where my last building is eliminated, it's just like pops up defeat screen immediately. It's so scary, but it just startles you because usually you're used to just go into whatever, escape, exit game, GG and out, but in that case where it's just a building elimination, the defeat screen just pops up and it's like, bam, you're out. But not sure how Gfinny's going to react. I know I'd be on a little bit of tilt here, but see if he can recover. Really great game played by both players. Kind of a coin toss. At one point I wrongly called that Tricksy had lost the game, but in fact he built a couple more pylons and was able to get up another Nexus. So really great stuff, able to come back and win that game. So Tricksy up 1-0. This is a very important match, as I mentioned. The winner of this is going to advance to the upper bracket and have a chance for the Lothal Star League Championship. So put that on your resume. Tricksy going for a gas here. And we do see Gfinny going for gas as well. Just one gas, so both players keeping their options open. Not sure what the tech route's going to be on both of these, for both of these players. You see a scouting SCV in here for Gfinny. And Tricksy just sending his SCV, his proba in as well. Not going to be able to get up that ramp though. Well, okay, perfect. Gfinny does close up that wall, so Tricksy not going to be able to do too much here. Gfinny hiding SCV, pretty customary for him to hide SCV. Likes to get an SCV in the base and hopefully do a little bit later scouting, but in this case he's going to lose it because Tricksy scouts it and not doing any more control on that. Gfinny could have kept it alive, but interesting we see Tricksy going for a second gas now. At the same time, Gfinny is going for a second gas as well, so because of the speed of these two gases, looks like Gfinny is definitely going to go for a heavy tech here, not going for 3 barracks pressure. 3 barracks pressure is what we saw in a little show match earlier between these two players. Worked pretty well, but Tricksy could have blocked it with the force field. Tricksy could have blocked with a force field, but didn't quite work out for Tricksy in that game. But Gfinny definitely going for a different style of play this game on this map. See a bunker going up, and just Marines being produced, no tech lab or anything. Just building a bunker for protection, and it's going to be here we see the factory going up. So still not sure what he's going to tech to, but it was pretty obvious that he was going to go for a factory just so he might be able to get a starport out or quick siege tanks out. I'm not sure. Tricksy getting a 3rd gateway up, so he's going for a little bit different build order here. Not going for a robo 2 gateway like we saw before, but going for 3 gate first. On 2 gas, so it looks like he's going to go for a tech route as well. See these 3 Marines. Stalker scouting them. Oh, Tricksy pulls off all probes. Pros versus Marines. Gfinny doing a little bit of micro here. Hero probes. So army of probes attacks those Marines and takes them out. The problem being is that he's losing a lot of mining time because of that. So Gfinny, just at the cost of 3 Marines, makes Tricksy lose maybe 30 seconds of mining time. And at this point of the game, that's pretty devastating. He's going to be a little bit behind. Gfinny going for 2 starports here. So this rings a warning bell that looks like it's going to be Banshees. Not sure if Tricksy has a counter for that. Does have 3 stalkers up. The problem is he has no robo and no forge. So if those Banshees are cloaked, for one thing, they're going to be able to get into this mineral line and do infinite damage. It's going to be so sick. It's going to be a pro massacre. Banshees are going to get revenge for those 3 Marines that those probes killed. That's for sure. So you see the second tech lab being finished right now. He's going to switch those two. So a really solid build order here from Gfinny, getting out pretty much the quickest Banshees you can. He's sending a factory out. Not sure where it's going. And Tricksy, oh, this is painful. He's going for a Twilight Council. So, and we do see that cloaking is going up for Banshee. So this is going to be a massacre. There's no way to get around it. Tricksy does have a good amount of stalkers and building more, but the problem is that when that cloak finishes, those Banshees are going to have free reign because he has no detection at all. Gfinny doing scouting with the factory here. Not quite sure how much he's going to see. Oh, he's going to see... I'm not sure if those stalkers are going to take it out fast enough or not, but warpening more, but it's too late. Gfinny sees every piece of tech that Tricksy has. This might be one problem that Tricksy does do is he usually tends to group every building he has together, so he's not able to hide tech very well, unfortunately. If that Twilight Council's up, I don't know, he only has one pylon elsewhere, so he has to build it there. But if he has pylons just elsewhere in his base, he can hide tech a little bit better. But because Gfinny saw that he just has Twilight Council, he might fear DTs a little bit, but he knows he doesn't have any detection at all. Tricksy doesn't have any detection at all, and we see 3 Banshees heading out. The lowest one has 56 energy, so he's going to have like 30 seconds where, at least maybe even 45 seconds where these Banshees are just going to be doing free damage on anything he wants. And then probes are probably his target. We do see Robo out for Tricksy, but nothing producing yet, and it's going to be too late. Gfinny cloaking the Banshees, going for these probes. Revenge on probes for that Marine kill at the beginning. And, oh, decloaks for some reason. That's quite a mistake, actually, because the problem is that the cloak costs 25 energy, so he just wasted half his energy decloaking and cloaking again, and now he has basically no energy left to be cloaked. He's just going to have to do as much damage as he can. So Tricksy getting very, very lucky here in that Gfinny made a mistake and decloaked those Banshees. And he's actually going to survive this. Let me move. He's not turning around. He might lose all of these Banshees. They're so expensive. And he does save all 3, so kind of a redeeming micro play there by Gfinny. There's 2 more out. See if he repairs these or not, but Tricksy getting pretty lucky there, able to repel that attack because of a mismanaged cloaking by Gfinny, but he does have an observer out now, so cloaking is not going to do quite as much damage anymore as long as he has that observer in the right position. Let me look at the army count here. 22 pros versus 29 SCVs and a mule, so Gfinny was able to do enough damage to make it worthwhile, but the problem is that he could have finished the game there. He's giving Tricksy a chance to get back in the game. Gonna take out a pylon. Not enough to supply lock Tricksy, but just being annoying. That's for sure. Tricksy does get Observer out, so even if they do, these 2 Banshees do cloak, it's not gonna be enough. We do see Proxy Pylon here by Tricksy, so he might be able to sneak in a few units. Defense here is way too strong though, so 2 bunkers and some Marauders, Marines, and we do see the command center floating down for Gfinny. At the same time, Tricksy's expansion is almost done, so both players expanding pretty much at the same time here. Don't see any probe transfer yet. We do see the supply advantage is to Gfinny. 3 Banshees. Let me see. He has a total of 7 Banshees, so that's actually quite a bit of damage that he can deal with those Banshees, cloaked or not. See Tricksy feeling like he's ready for an attack. Not sure if he's gonna just feign pressure here, or if he's gonna go for a kill. But based on the supply counts, I don't think he has quite enough. We'll see. You do see weapons upgrade just finishing up for the Terran player right now, which is great. Be a good advantage for him. Bunker going up, but Tricksy's timing might be just right here. The bunker's not quite up yet, so if he attacks now, he might have a chance. The problem is 4 Banshees here. The other 3, I'm not sure where they are, but definitely out of position. Warping in more units, so Tricksy gonna have a good chance here. Spreading out his units pretty nice, but Wow, they just fell so fast. I think those Banshees are worth their weight in gold, doing so much damage to those initial stalkers. And once he takes out those stalkers, he's going to have free reign. Taking out the rest of these zealots, warping in a couple more stalkers, but they're just on move command, not attacking the Banshees like he hoped. And I think that's GG. Looking at the supply count, 34 versus 86 in the units. Trixie's army is one stalker right now, so unfortunately that's not gonna do it. Gfinny needs to get these SCVs mining again. But I think that's pretty much GG. Gfinny doing a really smart tech pattern there, going for real quick cloak Banshees. Based on these close positions, it's super fast to get those out. Sorry, I missed that. Gfinny actually able to destroy that Nexus with 3 Banshees, so just doing so much damage. So annoying for the Protoss player here. And it's got to be GG pretty soon. I don't think he's going to have too much longer. Tricksy doing a little bit scouting, but he's got to know he's way behind. Lost the Nexus. Banshees are still doing damage. Wow. 1-on-1 here. Tag him in. Tag him in. Tag in that stalker. Ah. Maybe that stalker will beat it on its own. Getting 3 shots off. And ooh, an eye for an eye. Leaves the whole world blind. But we see SCVs coming in actually. The Terran SCVs want a kill of their own. You saw that the probes got kills on Marines, so they're jealous. They want some kills of their own. And wow, even a Raven coming in for Gfinny, putting out a point defense drone. Not a point defense drone, sorry. A auto turret. Such a noob. I am, because I don't know the name of it. But yeah, that's gonna be GG. Tricksy says, talking about Terran honor, but Tricksy, just based on the build order that he did, he got out the Twilight Council first, which is pretty dangerous unless he's going for a Dark Templar rush. And then the Robo out later. And he was able to get the Observer out in fairly good time. He's able to chrono boost it. There you see the GG. So a pretty awesome game. A good tech route for Gfinny. But going back to this Robo Bay, Robo facility, sorry. Gfinny pretty much had the game won, but he did a mismanagement of his cloak, unfortunately, and pretty much lost all of his energy in those Banshees for the first attack that came through. And Tricksy was able to deflect it, but Tricksy was able to not quite catch up fast enough with his probe count. His timing for this counterattack was pretty good when he sent down Zealots and Stalkers, but he didn't focus fire down the Banshees quite fast enough, and the Banshees do pretty sick amounts of damage. 12 damage times 2, so 24 damage per hit, and we're able to take down all the Stalkers very quickly. I think Gfinny might have focused down those Stalkers first and then focused on the Zealots later, which would have been the perfect play just to keep those Banshees alive, because Zealot versus Banshee isn't very scary for a Terran player. So this is really great. Going to game 3. It's probably the most important match of the week. Going to a game 3. Pretty excited to see what happens here. I don't know the result. So I'll just have to see you game 3, Slag Pits. Good luck.